God said the mind is deceitful above all things, because the things that you see put forth or the action behind it, the mind has already thought it. It don't want to get right. Because why? That's connected to the flesh. God said, hey, if you humble, I ain't gonna despise that thing right there. I'm gonna build you and I'm gonna make you better. So what are some of the commandments that our people break?
I have hard time by forgive a person when they do stuff. I hold grudges.
The Bible have ways for us to deal with each other. When it say don't hate your brother in your heart, your mind, who is your brother? Which one of them is your brother?
Jesus.
They call both of them Jesus. Now we gotta say Jesus the black Messiah, because they done changed things. If he's your brother, what about his people? God said don't bear any grudge against who?
The children.
The children of who?
Of thy people.
Of thy people. So give me Psalms 51, because earlier he brought out Psalms 51 speaking about a contrite heart. You see what I'm saying? And then I also brought out showing, hey, your heart is your mind. You see what I'm saying? So when you making your body a living sacrifice, it starts with your mind. You getting your mind together and lining your thoughts up with what the Bible literally says. You see what I'm saying? Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 51 and verse 17. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart.
You see that? A broken and contrite heart, meaning what? A humble heart. Something that God can come through and, oh, I can build you to be great again. That's the whole thing behind it. You see what I'm saying? So your heart, right now, you being here, you showing forth that you got a broken and contrite heart. So God is giving you information on how to build it and make you better. That's the only way you can grow. That's the only way you can get that favor. That's the only way you can get that power. That's the only way you can get the kingdom of heaven. You see what I'm saying? Read that again.
The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. Oh God, thou wilt not despise.
God won't hate that type of heart, that type of mindset. You see what I'm saying? But go to Jeremiah 17 and 9. We're going to show you the type of mindset that God hates. That mind that thinks they can do whatever they want to do. God don't like that. He can't deal with it. He cannot mold it. You see what I'm saying? Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
So God said the mind is deceitful above all things. Because the things that you see put forth or the action behind it, the mind has already thought it. So God said, hey, the mind is deceitful. Your mind will trick you when it's your mind. But you would think that your mind is trying to get you to be in a better position or a better condition. But our mind is what?
Is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
So our mind is desperately trying to go to sin. Our mind is desperately trying to go to sin. It don't want to get right. Because why? That's connected to the flesh. You see what I'm saying? But God said, hey, if you humble, I ain't going to despise that thing right there. I'm going to build you and I'm going to make you better. Read.
Who can know it?
Who can know it? God can know it, because he's already telling you, hey, I'm putting you into captivity because why? You broke my commandments. So what are some of the commandments that our people break? And we're just going to say, what are some of the commandments that our sisters break? And you remember what sin is, right? What is sin?
Sin is like repentance. Like we're not repenting for what we're doing wrong. We're not keeping God's statutes.
Watch this, read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law.
So it said for whoever commits sin, they transgressing the law. They going against the law. They are breaking God's commandments and statutes. Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the breaking of God's laws. You see what I'm saying? So do you know any of the things that you have to put into play or your action got to show forth so you can have that humble heart towards God so he can fix it and fix you as a whole, and then you come in, he fixing us as a whole? Because guess what? We was once doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of us out here, you know? So now we're, hey bro, come on up here real quick. So now what we doing is trying to come to our people and showing them what can actually heal them. Give me Psalms 107 and verse 20.
Forgive people.
So you trying to forgive somebody else, or you said you need forgiveness? Which one? I'm just trying to make sure.
I have hard time by forgive a person when they do stuff wrong. I hold grudges and instead of letting go. But that's what I got to work
You
out.
see what you just did? We're going to read this because God's word heals you, but I'm finna show you the steps that you just did. That's a broken and contrite heart right there. That's something God wants to deal with. You see what I'm saying? So God is telling you, hey, confess that thing, and I'm going to make everything right. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 107 and verse 20. He sent his word and healed them.
He said what?
His word and healed them.
So this word right here is what's going to heal us as a nation of people. Read on. That's it on it?
There's more. And delivered them from their destructions.
And did what?
Delivered them from their destructions.
So God is going to deliver us from our own mindset. It's steps to repentance. You see what I'm saying? Now you're learning what you have to do. Now you have to start taking those steps. You see what I'm saying? Because at first, you around here thinking like, man, I want to change. I want to get better. And then guess what? We come out here. And now we showing you what God say, not our own thoughts. Read what you got.
The book of James, chapter 5 and verse 16. Confess your faults one to another.
You see that? You just done that. God said confess your faults one to another. Read.
And pray one for another.
And that's what we got to do. We got to pray one for another. Read.
That ye may be healed.
You see that? That you may be what?
That ye may be healed.
So you remember what God said heals you, right? His word. You see what I'm saying? The Bible have a way for us to deal with each other. If somebody do something that you don't like, what you think you're supposed to do?
Right.
First, you got to go to that person. You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
You got to go to that person because that's like, you know what I'm saying? You do something to me and I go tell somebody else before I talk to you about it. Because you may not have known that you done something wrong to me. You may not have known that you offended me or whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? So God has a step process on how we deal with one another. Read what you got.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 19 and verse 13. Admonish a friend.
You see that? It say admonish a friend. So the Bible say a friend. How would you know if that person your friend or not? What you think?
All the friends you got, it really Jesus, pretty much.
In a sense, but we can show you how what Christ said you got to do to be his friend too. You see what I'm saying? But you gonna know that person your friend once they trying to change the behavior that they did to you. You see what I'm saying? So it's a admonish a friend. You know they're a friend once they listen to you and they be like, okay, I apologize, I'm not gonna do it again, and they show forth the actions of not doing that thing again. You see what I'm saying? That's how you start to know who's your friend and who's not your friend. And guess what? Oh, hey, how you doing? Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And keep it pushing. You will learn how to deal with people. You see what I'm saying? Read on.
Admonish a friend. It may be he have not done it.
You see that some things a friend may not have done. So this right here is going into the admonishment of your neighbor, warning your neighbor, telling your neighbor, hey, I don't like this right here, that, you know what I'm saying, when you do this to me. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to do, read.
And if he have done it, that he do it no more.
You got to tell him, don't do it again. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Admonish thy friend. It may be he have not said it, and if he have, that he speak it not again.
So sometimes a person may not have said a certain thing, and if he did say it, hey, don't speak that again. I don't like the word choice that you used. You see what I'm saying? Read.
Admonish a friend, for many times it is a slander.
You see that? So some things ain't always true just because somebody said it. So God is telling you, hey, your friend or your people, your neighbor, admonish your neighbor. Warn them. Read.
And believe not every tale.
Read on.
There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart.
Get to verse 17.
Verse 17. Admonish thy neighbor before thou threaten him.
You see that? Admonish your neighbor before you threaten him. Meaning what? Because once you start threatening him and all that type of stuff, a grudge that came up behind that thing. Now you want to do something to a person. You see what I'm saying? The Bible say admonish them. Meaning you got to prove a friend to be able to talk to him. God tell us how to deal with one another amongst our own people, how to be civilized. You know what I'm saying? Is that it on that? No, sir. Read.
And not being angry, give place to the law of the Most High.
You see that? It said, and not being angry, give place to the law of the Most High. So meaning, guess what? We got to know the law so we can know how to deal with one another. Leviticus 19 and 17. Leviticus 19 and 17. So the Bible tells us how to deal with one another, but guess what? They destroyed us throughout slavery. So guess what we do now? We frustrated. We mad. Then they put over here a liquor store right down the street. Everybody, oh, it's walking distance. Because most people in the project don't have a vehicle, right? So they putting you in these conditions to keep you destroyed, to have you going at each other's neck, because they know there's a commandment when God tell you to love your neighbor as you love yourself. You see what I'm saying? But we got all the love for the other nations, but we hate ourselves. Read what you got.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
You see that? Who is your brother? When it say don't hate your brother in your heart, your mind, who is your brother?
Who is our brother?
Right. Who is our brother?
Christ.
But who else? Which one of them is your brother?
Jesus.
They call both of them Jesus. Now we got to say Jesus the black Messiah, because they done changed things. If he's your brother, what about his people? Who's our neighbor?
Who is our neighbor? Anyone that believes or trusts in God.
Okay, watch this. Read that again from the top.
17?
Yep.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So the Bible says, don't hate your brother in your heart. Read in your mind. Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Thou shalt in any wise correct your neighbor with the laws of God and tell him right from wrong. Read.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Don't allow him to sin. Read.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Who is your neighbor? Because God said don't bear any grudge against who?
The children.
The children of who?
Of thy people.
Of thy people. The children of thy people. Read that again. This is the King James Version. Read it again.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Of thy people. The children of thy people. Meaning, hey, it's not talking about everybody. It's talking about everybody on that sign right there. That's the children of thy people. Give me Matthew 2 and 6. Give me Matthew 2 and 6. It says this is going to be good for you to hear too. Because who is God's people? We about to read it out the Bible. Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2 and verse 6. And thou Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
My people who?
Israel.
No, my people Caucasian.
Israel.
The Arab.
Israel.
That's the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and natives. That's us. We are God's people. Give me Psalms, what's that, 147, 19 and 20. Ain't nobody else God's people. Because who else going through these atrocities? Who else going through these? Who did this happen to? It's not happening to nobody else. It's only happening to God's people. He's only dealing with us. Read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob.
I've learned a
his
lot.
statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Hey, sis, who is Jacob? Who did God show us his word to? He showed unto Jacob. That's us.
I learned that
You see what I'm saying? Hey, sis, come here. Come here. Come here. Hey, read that again.
He showed his word unto Jacob.
He showed his word unto Jacob. Read.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Unto Israel. How come that name steady popping up? How come you still reading and it's talking about Israel? Hold on. Who is talking about, sis?
Us.
Who?
Us.
It's talking about us. How is this name Israel steady coming up? But everybody say, oh, all people. Hey, sis, come here. Hey, come here. Read that again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation.
You see that? It said, and he have not dealt so with any nation. Meaning God ain't dealing with nobody outside of us. Read that part again.
He had not dealt so with any nation.
With any people. He ain't dealt with no other people outside of us. That's why he spoke about Jacob and then he spoke about Israel. That's in case somebody try to say something. You see that?
We're not keeping his commandments.
We're not keeping his commandments. And that's why he's judging us. Is the move on there?
Yes, sir.
Read.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
Hey, sis, do you think they know the judgments of God? What's the judge? Hey, do you think they know the judgment of God? Do you think they know that they going into captivity? Who took us into captivity?
You went to captivity?
Oh yeah, we here. We still slaves. I don't own nothing.
I'm not a slave.
Hold on. How come you not?
What? Okay. When you say slave,
Right. What's what you need, sis? What you need? How come you not a slave?
I'm a slave unto what?
Captivity because we not following the word or his commandments that what God wants us to or place us to be.
Brilliantly said. That's why we are slaves to this day, because guess what? Give me
But
Deuteronomy
we have
28.
to pay the price for it because we're not following his commandment or keeping his commandment.
That's right.
How do we know that we are sinning?
Watch this. Okay, 1 John 3 and 4. We can show you how we know that we're sinning. And then, because guess what? When you read the Bible, it tells you what sin is. A lot of times, we think we know based off of what we learned coming up. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying you. I'm saying as a people. Because guess what? We got Hispanics on that side, so-called Indians. You part of those people too. American blacks. Because you can't. Watch this. Sis. Would you find American blacks in the Bible?
No, it's not. Go ahead.
Would you find American blacks in the Bible? The name. Would it say American blacks in the Bible?
Yeah.
Those words together.
Is
American now.
Right. So, who are you? On the left side, you will find those names in the Bible. So on the other side, guess what? Those are our slave names. That's what's going on. Read what you got. Watch this.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law.
So it says whoever commits sin, transgress the law. So now we got to find out what law we are transgressing so we can know what sin to come out of. Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
For sin is the breaking of God's laws. You see what I'm saying? So watch this. I can show you a law and show you that, hey, we break this law as a people. And it's all throughout entertainment, at the high levels of society, at the lower levels of society. It's happening with people in the projects. It is happening with people in the mansion. That's our people. We're at the bottom of society. So why would God tell us to go to these other nations and we the ones that's in trouble? You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Watch this, read. 19 to 29, I think.
The book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 29. A man may be known by his look.
You see that? The Bible said a man may be known by his look, meaning a man or a woman. It's just going into, hey, if you have breath or life in your body, people can know you by the way that you look. You see what I'm saying? Read.
And one that have understanding by his countenance.
And you can tell people that got understanding by the way that they look. So we can see you and say, oh, she's intrigued by the Bible. We can see that you have some form of understanding. You see what I'm saying? But watch this. Read.
When thou meetest him, a man's attire, and excess laughter, and gait, shew what he is.
You see that? It said a man's attire, his gait, meaning the way he walked, and the laughter shows what he is. So if you see a man come through and he's switching in different things of that nature, what would what would pop in your mind? That what? Hey, look, bro. Hey, if you see a dude walking through and he's walking like a woman, what will pop up in your mind? That he would. Come on, talk to us. Okay, that's what you're gonna think. Because the Bible is letting you know your outer appearance really matters too. It ain't just about what's in your mind or what's hidden, because people can deceive you by what's in their mind. If you see a young man walking through with his pants sagging, what you gonna think?
Think he a gangster.
You gonna think he's a gangster.
But that's the flesh.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Because God see the heart of man.
Watch
He
this.
could be a millionaire.
So we can go right back. Millionaires do it. Remember, I said from the. Watch
He
this.
can love God.
But watch this.
He could be a pastor.
Watch this. Watch this.
He can humble himself
That's
to try
it.
to reach others.
Watch this.
Okay.
Read what you got.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 10 and verse 4. Whereof Hanun took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks.
You see that? When our young men back in the day, when stuff happened, they buttocks were showing, our forefathers, they were what? Read on. Watch this. Just gonna tell you.
And sent them away. And when they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed.
You see that? The men were greatly ashamed for their buttocks to be showing. So they went through and they cut out their buttocks. That was the way of, hey, I'm belittling you. I'm making you not be a man. But watch this. Give me Deuteronomy 20:25. I just showed you that to speak on the attire. Watch this, sis. Consist. Hey, watch this.
I
Read.
agree with a lot
The
of things.
book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Hey, sis, what pertains unto a man? What attire belongs unto a man? What attire belongs unto a man? Okay, so what the Bible say, read?
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So what attire belongs to a woman?
Dresses.
Okay.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
You see that? So guess what? When we read in Sirach 19, hey, a man may be known by his look, a woman may be known by her look. You can tell who is what based off of the clothing that they wear. You see what I'm saying? There is judgment for breaking God's laws. And a woman being in a righteous attire, God said, if you're not in it, I'm going to get you. It's simple as that. If God see men in a dress or a skirt, he's going to get them if they don't repent.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.